Alright, welcome to part 47. Alright, so let's start off with the junior vocab list 24. So, the name in the period, vocab history. Vocab of history. Victory, actually. The word within the word list 24.1. Everyone must complete all 3 columns for 24. So, yeah, you must have like definition of illustration of the meaning. You create your created sentence with a word or a sentence from media and must include source. Free synonyms. Sorry, I'm so tired. Free synonyms or free antonyms. Synonyms or antonyms of the word. Yeah, sorry. Can look at them if you wish. You can add any details if you have time. You can have can be about your parents or it can be about your family members. But you can look it up. Yeah, that's about it. You can probably pause it. You can actually see what they mean or so. Wait, didn't I do this quotes already? No, I didn't. Oh, my bad. Wait, did I do the Holocaust already? Okay, so list your pet peeves. Who were the victims of the Holocaust? Blank used as scapegoats for everything that had gone wrong in Germany since WW1. They were seen by the Nazis as subhuman and worth less than animals. Blank and blank gypsies, like the Jews, they were seen by the Nazis and racially inferior and degenerate and worthless. Blank, blank, and blank viewed as inferior and subhuman. Blank and blank disabled, thought of as useless, and a financial burden on the state. Blank seen as a degenerate and against the Aryan ideal. Blank, e.g., communists, socialists. These were people who disagreed with Nazi politics and policies. Blank their religious beliefs made them refuse to pledge their allegiance to the Third Reich. What was the Holocaust? And blank, during the blank tried to kill every blank person in the blank. Total killed blank, including blank children. When Hitler came to power, wanted to drive the blank out of the blank. By blank, he wanted to force the jewels out of blank. By blank. Blank were being built blank to blank every Jewish person that Nazis could lay their hands on. What was the final solution? The final solution of the Jewish question was the organized murder of every Jew in Europe. Consisted of blank, blank, blank acts of blank, blank and starvation. A blank of Europe Jewry, concentration camps or camps. Some camps they can be systematic or other kind of. It can be about the future and reality of those camps, and or it can be the present. In blank, the Nazis began the systematic blank of Jews for all of Europe to blank extermination camps. Chelmno, Belzec, Sobibor, Treblinka, Auschwitz, Birkenau, and Majdanek. The operation used blank and blank to move prisoners. What happened to the killing centers? Sent for a blank were separated from women and children. Told to go left or right. didn't know if they were to live or die, those selected to blank were led to blank. Blank. In order to blank panic, guards told victims they were going to take a blank. Auschwitz. Auschwitz. The blank camp. Located in Poland. A complex in camps, which is blank, blank, blank. Deadliest camp in the shortest amount of time, also located in blank. Blank and blank camps. Killed in gas chambers from blank poisoning. Exhaust from blank. Killed blank, blank at one time. Extermination through work. But is not selected for murder in the gas chambers were to be blank to death. Most prisoners only survived a few blank or blank. America's response. Blank trials, surviving blank, leaders put on blank for war blank. Prosecuted, those responsible for blank. Final question. Answer below. Answer comments down below if you have time. Why is it important to remember the Holocaust? Comment down below. Then give me on out, and I'll give you a shout out. I don't think I started the Holocaust. I don't think I did. I did read Madison Edwards' story, so I think we're good. Wait, did I? Wait, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm not ready to. I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm sorry, guys. Um, I just did by accident. I'm sorry. I'm gonna read the Reflection of Mindfulness. Okay, so this was made by Mr. Burton's class, which is the aerospace science teacher. Name: We have to begin studying and practicing mindfulness. It is time to be metacognitive and reflect on this work, answering the following questions. Define mindfulness. Use a technical definition. Now restate the definition of mindfulness in your own words. How would you describe what it has been like for you to try and focus? Simple, easy, not easy, not so easy. Difficult, explain your answer. When you are distracted during your breathing, where does your mind generally float off to? The future? The past? Somewhere else? Explain. How do you think mindfulness is connected to kindness? How do you think mindfulness can help you? How might you use it outside class? So I'm gonna work on this after I work on this video. So I'm gonna go through the shelter journal again after school's over or something like that. I'll be able to tell you what they mean. I'm not sure what assignment to read next because I've been reading a lot of it. Okay, so I'm looking at the assignments and which one should I read? I'm gonna read about the lead up to the Great Depression. So, the lead up to the Great Depression, Part 1 Directions. Go to the Discovery and click on the assignment called The Lead Up to the Great Depression. 2. Click on the picture of people standing in the line of a sidewalk. New window will open. Click on the greenish blue next button and use the background information in the reading to answer the questions in Part 1 below. Be sure to be through with your responses. Is that how you say is that how you say foru? Foru? Is that how you says it?
Thorough.
Furrow. Thank you. Reminds me of saying furrow, but it's furrow. Furrow. Okay, so be sure to be thorough with your responses. Please use complete thoughts and sentences in each answer space. Excuse me. Part 1, background information. Why are the roaring 20s considered at the time of prosperity, aka good times? This is the answer space. Describe some of the changes workers experienced in the 1920s. What was the key event that marked a shift of the United States from time to time, prosperity, to the one of the Great Depression, aka what happened because of the change for the good times to the Great Depression? Comment down below if you have time. Part 2, directions. I have a bad cough today. I'm really sorry, guys. That's why I didn't really talk pretty much this morning. My throat was really hurting this bad, and I hate it so much. Just to remind you guys that this week I'm gonna have another. This week I'm getting my appointment finished with my root canal. Always, I don't get my wisdom teeth pulled. I know it sucks, but if something's really something wants to really something happen, then I might get it pulled eventually. I might get it taken out eventually. So, yeah. All right. So, anyways, I thought it was something that I know, but I thought there was somebody in this house, but like bugs, for example. I don't even want to look at the bug. I just don't. I really don't. Yeah, bugs. Yeah, some bugs like spiders. I hate it so much. I don't even know why they came in here. I don't even know how they come in. They probably come in like different hacks, you know. Anyways, once you finish with the background information, click on the greenish blue next button to the glue to and just go to the analysis section. Use tables and graphs to answer the questions below. 1.1 and 1.2 will go with analysis. 2.1 and 2.2 will go with the analysis 2, and so on. You do not need to use your full sentence here. 1.1. In 1929, what percentage of all U.S. income was received by the wealthiest portion of the population? 1.2. What trends do you see in the percentage of U.S. income received by the wealthiest and poorest Americans during the decade before the Great Depression? 1910 to 1929. 2.1. Which industry shown had the greatest increase of income from 1920 to 1930? 2.2. The finance sector did not produce physical products like the other sectors did. How did trends in production come to start the change in the 1920s? When did the value of an acre of farmland reach its highest point? Look at 3.1. 3.2. How did the data in the graph indicate that the economy was having problems in the 1920s? 4.1. In what year were the most stocks sold? 4.2. What information in the graph indicates that something was unusual about the stock market in the 1920s? 5.1. What year was the mortgage debt as its highest? Mortgage is your home loan. 5.2. I used to have that mortgage in my home before. 5.2. What correlation do these numbers show between debt and the health of the economy? Part 3. Go to the next page. Part 3. Directions. Use the information that you learned in Part 1 and Part 2. To answer a question box below, you must use full sentences since this is an analysis question, not a notes section. Part 3. The big picture. What are the warning signs of a troubled economy? Describe the events that led up to the Great Depression and decide if any of these signs must have, like, warning signs. Refer back to the specific details in parts 1 and parts 2 to support your answer. That's how you get it up. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing more videos this spring break. I'm gonna be doing more quotes. because I have more quotes to catch up onto in my main channel. This will be normally uploaded on my main channel, so none of my it will be the full quotes will be uploaded on my channel very very soon, and until I get this taken care of, until I get the all codes done. It's gonna take a while, man. It really is. So, yeah. All right. Exploration questions with water. I pretty much know about water, but exploration questions of water. Answering all the following questions, write short answers, create lists or tables, or draw diagrams to complete these questions in the best way possible for yourself. What is the chemical formula of water? How many of each of the atom are in the molecule? What kind of molecule is water? Draw a diagram of a water molecule. What is hydrology? How did a third of water, that is now on Earth, arrive here? How common of a compound is water in the universe? Where is it located pretty often? What states of it matters? Water found to be at Earth's surface. Why is this unique? Why does it occur? What is the hydrologic cycle, or what a water cycle? What are the three largest reservoirs of water? Not three different oceans. What is a stream? What is an aquifer? What is an ocean surface current? What causes it to occur? What are deep ocean currents? What causes them to occur? What is a global ocean conveyor belt system? Alright, let me know in the comments and I'll give you a shout out. Just like Nick did. If you guys feel comfortable, you can actually write short answers. I'm not going to force you to do all of it. I'm not that person to do that. Okay? Alright. The New Deal for African Americans and Native Americans. The New Deal for African Americans and Native Americans. The New Deal was meant to help all American citizens make it through the Great Depression despite the best of intentions. Some marginalized groups were not even given the same opportunities as others. Two of these groups were African Americans and Native Americans. Directions 1. Go to Discovery and click on the assignment called A New Deal of African Americans. Uses page 9 to 10 to complete the chart below about the problems faced by African Americans and Native Americans, and the solutions presented to them by American government. Some of the solutions will have multiple parts of them. See solution to problem B below. So, problem: what challenges were faced? African Americans did not receive the same amount of support for New Deal programs as white Americans. B. Think about it. C. Before the 1930s, the federal government put policies in place that forced Native Americans to assimilate, leave their traditional beliefs and customs behind, and embrace a white lifestyle in every way possible. Excuse me. A. Think about it. Solution: what was the government's response to these challenges? B. Mary McLeod Bethune organized a black cabinet which advised the president Eleanor Roosevelt fought against racial discrimination. FDR wrote an executive order that banned discrimination in federal government hiring. So it really bans some discriminations that don't really belong. So that could be like that too. Alright, C, think about it for just 1 second, if you have time. I'm gonna define a mindfulness. Okay, so if you okay, so it is like a quality affection for people to encourage them for being stressed. This is only for like 6 questions. Even though I have more work to add, even though I had more work to actually add, but even though I have like vocab list, even though I can finish it pretty quickly if you want. Okay, so this will remind me pretty well. So um, define mindfulness. Use a technical technical definition. Okay, what am I saying? Use a technical definition. It is like a quality affection for people to encourage them for being stressed. What do you think of this response? And let me know in the comments. I know that many people have um do you guys agree with me on this? Let me know if you do. If you guys have other opinions, then you can have that too. Alright, I think I'm gonna read one more assignment. Alright, so Graveyard Shift. Full story by Stephen King. Okay, so I'm gonna read that in part 48, so if you guys have any questions, just let me know. So The Graveyard Shift by Stephen King by Graveyardshift. You can read the instructions, and I'm gonna stop the video right here. Instructions: read pages 1 to 6 on day 1, then finish pages 6 to 12 on day 2. Print off a story if you have printer access. There's an audiobook link on its learning too. It will have 2 bell ringers journal to respond on its learning to relate to this short story, as well as 5 facts, 5 opinions on to submit on the offer here. As you read the story, highlight significant details and word choices, especially as they relate to the characterization, point of view, foreshadowing, and theme. Pay particular attention to how Stephen King critiques the American dream and traditions of working class people in modern America as it relates to the theme. The author's message lesson. You'll have a reading quiz over the story and these elements at the end of a week. It may help you to take notes on the major characters Hall, Warwick, Wisconsin, and the Rats. Like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be continuing to read the full story of Stephen King. So, alright, have a good day, and I'll see you guys at part 48.